Something you might not know about me is that I am a pirate. Yes, the white boy studying project management with a questionable profile picture is in fact a pirate. Now, I haven't exactly sailed the seven seas, but I have committed piracy. Not the dramatic kind, no sword fights, no dramatic speeches. More like I haven't paid for a DLC in a while. $20 to play as Luther Harkon, the schizophrenic vampire pirate king, or shoot French peasants or genocidal lizards with Queen Bess? I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. So yes, pirate behavior. Anyway, today's video is about something completely legal, rum. The drink of pirates, but rum isn't really about pirates. Rum is about sugar. And if you've seen my sugar video, or really any of my crap, you already know where this is going. So rum starts in the Caribbean during the rise of massive sugar plantations. And when you make sugar, you get molasses. Molasses is thick, sticky, and looks like it has committed crime, which is fitting because people figured out you can ferment it. When you ferment molasses, you get alcohol. Distill that alcohol and you get rum, which means rum started as industrial leftovers. It was waste that got a bit too ambitious. And I've made rum myself, and I can confirm that molasses smells like something you should not trust. It's like burnt sugar and regret. But once it ferments and gets distilled, it becomes something completely different. Early rum, though, was probably awful, like aggressively awful. The kind of drink where you take a sip and immediately rethink your entire existence. But that didn't matter, because rum wasn't just a drink. It became part of the triangle trade. And this is where things stop being funny. Rum produced in the Caribbean was shipped to Africa. There, it was traded for enslaved people. Those people were transported to the Americas and forced to work on sugar plantations. Those plantations produced more sugar, which made more molasses, which made more rum, which continued the cycle. It was efficient. Rum didn't just exist in this system. It helped fuel it. So yeah, next time someone says rum is fun, just remember this. Anyway, pirates did drink rum, but not because they were cool. Mostly because water on ships went bad, which means alcohol was safer to drink, which feels like a bad design for reality. The British Navy even gave sailors daily rum rations, which sounds fun until you realize it was just basically here. Coke. They later mixed it with water and lime juice to make something called grog, which probably tasted like diluted, bad decision. Rum also became extremely popular in early America. In the 1700s, it was everywhere. There were hundreds of distilleries in New England alone, which is impressive considering everything was on fire politically. And when Britain started taxing molasses and sugar, people got very angry, which helped build tension leading up to the American Revolution. So rum wasn't just a drink, it was political, which is always concerning. Today, rum is made in basically the same way. Molasses are sugarcane juice, fermentation, distillation, sometimes aging in barrels. Now it is used in cocktails, which is a very relaxing way to consume something with a deeply stressful history. And I think that's the weird part. Rum went from being waste to fueling a global system, to becoming a pirate stereotype, to something you drink on vacation. And somehow, we all just agree that's normal. But I guess that's true for a lot of foods. The history is complicated, sometimes dark, sometimes generally disturbing, and sometimes it starts with a sticky byproduct that just refuses to be useless. Which honestly, it's kind of inspiring, or deeply concerning. I'm not sure which. So I realized this video is kind of short, which unfortunately means I still have time left and access to the recording software. So I'm just going to add some fun facts because nothing says well-structured content like last-minute historical expansion. Anyway, fun facts about rum. First one, rum was once considered basically medicine, which is a sentence that should immediately make you distrust early medicine. If you had a cough, stomach pain, emotional distress, or just existing in the 1700s, someone would probably hand you rum, which is wild because modern medicine says drink water and rest. Old medicine said drink this aggressively, alcoholic sugar liquid, and hope for the best. Though I do know someone out there is thinking, yeah, well, it works. Second fact, a lot of what we think about pirates drinking rum is kind of exaggerated. Real pirates weren't really romantic sea adventurers. They were more like extremely stressed people with short career lifespans and questionable dental hygiene. Rum just happened to be one of the few things available that made that situation emotionally tolerable. Third fact, rum wasn't just a drink in history, it was part of a trade system that shaped entire economies, which is a very intense thing to realize about something that now comes in bottles, tiny umbrellas. It went from fueling global systems to being something you order in a cocktail because it makes you feel like you're on vacation. And I think that's the weirdest part of all of this. Something that, heavy in history, now mostly just exists to make people relax. Anyway, that's your bonus rum knowledge. So that's rum, a drink built on trade, empire, and some very questionable decisions, which makes it historically accurate that pirates loved it. Honestly, I feel more connected to them now. Not emotionally, just legally. Anyway, like and subscribe before I commit piracy.